Yo guys, what is up? Welcome to the College Football Revamped Dynasty here. We'll be taking over the ACC Atlantic for our first season and our first series on the channel here for game number 1 against Texas State. It was part of our contract that we signed at the beginning of the year, which I'll touch on, with the Sun Belt and the American for the next 3 years. We'll be scheduling those guys as our non-conference and some rivals, so it's not going to just be them. You also get some rivalry games in there too. Don't worry. But yeah, let's take a look at our coach here. We got Carlos Boozer as our coach. He's a host on ACC Network, announces some of these games for football, so I was like, why not bring him on? Let him be the coach for the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. Let's look at our offensive coordinators here. We have Carlos Boozer, obviously. Our OC is Lyle Hemphill, level 2. And then Warren Ruggiero is our DC. See where I spent my recruiting points. I started on level 5, kind of space one. We'll get into recruiting after our week is over, but let's go to our coach info here. Let's go to ACC. See all of our coaches here. You can just kind of get a look at them. Oh, actually, we'll just go to head coach. So you guys want to play about running and stuff. Okay. So here's what Carlos Boozer looks like. Tried to do the best representation I could of him that the game gave me. Offense, running a pro offense, kind of 45-45 everything. I'm not really sure what to do for Carlos. Defense is a 4-3, kind of rolling with that. Nothing too crazy. 45-45, and then 50 for sub frequency. But yeah, I think that'll do for coaching. Let's take a look at our roster, and then we'll get to everything updated about the ESPN and everything. So let's go to team management. Depth chart for week number 1. Our starting quarterback will be Sam Hartman, 85 overall. Pretty good. His speed's not the best, but we can work with it. His acceleration's not bad, so we can run read option and get some yards. Throwing is not bad. He's pretty good. He's got pretty good size. Oh, I just picked it up. He's got pretty good size. The rest of his stats. Everything else looks pretty solid to me, honestly. Let's just roll to the running back here. We got Christian Beal-Smith, who's probably our best player on the team. 5'10", 201. He's a big guy, but he's also fast. He can get us there, get us to places. Here's some of his stats. I'm just going to go up and down here. So he's going to be our one back, but we will also mix in our redshirt freshman Amani Marshall in on some weak and strong eye, because he's kind of a big bruiser, and we're going to rock with him. He's the most size we have in this running back position. So on like yards that we need, like first downs or more, we're going to rock with him. Fullback doesn't really matter. We don't use a fullback. Jaquari Robertson, best player, arguably best player in the offense. Just look at those stats. Sack speed for himself. Best receiver. I'm going to throw him a lot, obviously. Then we got A.T. Perry, Taylor Morin, Donald Stewart, Keyshawn Williams, and Jamal Banks. I've found a way to incorporate all these guys. I feel like our depth of receiver is kind of an issue, because there's really 68. It's like not really good. Tight end, Brandon Chapman. Again, he's not bad. Catching's not very good. He's a good blocker. Actually, no, he's not even that good. He's speedy, so he's not really the tight end I'm looking for. Just quick look at our line. Our offense line is actually not bad, as you can see. Very good. The right tackle's a little nerve-wracking with the 73 redshirt sophomore Devontae Gordon. Hopefully he can hold his own there. That's half the defense. Left end is Rondell Bothroyd. He's going to be a good, reliable guy at left end. Right end is Ja'Cory Johns. Same thing there. They should be they're better than serviceable. They should be pretty good players. They should make the tackles. These tackles, our first impact player on defense is Miles Fox, senior. Stats speak for themselves once again. Just look at it. Beautiful. Hopefully he can Hopefully he can break up. Oh, wow. Hopefully he can get the quarterback. Makes some good plays. We got Solanovi, Kamara, some other D tackles here to fill in. Linebackers. One thing I've worked on, at least in the practice, is just they flow the ball, kind of their speed and everything, and make sure we get those cutback lanes filled. So DT Taylor will start. We don't only have enough linebackers. We have to plug in like other linebackers in there. We have Ryan Smenda there at our middle linebacker. We have Hudson. I'm not going to put together our second string, because we're going to let's have linebacker. So Smenda gets hurt. Hudson's going in. Right outside linebacker, we got Masterson, senior there. Second impact player, at least in our defense, I think, is Jasir Taylor. Best corner on our team, probably best secondary guy we have on our team. Then we have Isaiah Wingfield, Kalen Carson, Kenneth Dix, and KJ Churillo. We should probably see all these guys. And free safety is also an impact player, Nick Anderson. He can hit. He can hit power, I say that, but his pursuit, his tackling is great, and the speed's great. Kind of everything you want from our free safety. Coverage is also really good. Nick Greer, Nasir Greer is our strong safety. Free safety. Then we have Zion Keith, free safety, and then JJ Roberts. And then we actually have good depth, strong safety. We have two seniors here, Trevon Reed, and Nasir Greer. Kicker, we have Nick Skibia, is a very good kicker. Pretty happy to have him. Look at that. It could be the 90s, it could be better, but punter, and we don't plan on using him much. Kirchner is supposed to be our fastest guy, pretty much. So yeah, that's our depth chart. Let's take a look at the top 25 is looking like entering week number 1. We have Alabama ranked number 1 in the country, no surprise. Oklahoma number 2. Our first team in Dynasty is Clemson, number 3. We have a pretty road game of very fun. We'll get to that later. We play with them. Ohio State 4, Georgia 5, A&M 6, Iowa State 7, Cincinnati 8, Notre Dame 9, North Carolina 10, Oregon 11, Wisconsin 12, Florida 13, and Miami 14. That's probably the cutoff for national championship contenders right there. 1 through 14, probably 1 through like 12, 1 through 11, 1 through 10. But yeah, and then the rest of the top 10 and then 2025 will just go by here. And then we'll see where Wake Forest will end up. So we don't, obviously not in the top 25. We are pretty far down here. There we are, 74. So we're surrounded by Kansas State and Troy. So hopefully we can get that up as the season and the years go by. That's our preseason pool. Let's take a look at our schedule here before we hop into our games and stuff. Heisman Watch is always kind of messed up. You look at our conference outlook, because Heisman Watch is just a bunch of secondary guys in there until we start playing. But here's what the landing's going to look like. At Clemson 1, then NC State, then BC, then Florida State, then Louisville, then Wake Forest, and Syracuse. And here's the whole ACC. So you think that Wake Forest, I can't scrape the top 10 in the ACC. That's kind of sucks. We're 12th. Out of 14, so not very good. We'll have to work on that. Hopefully we actually have a pretty solid schedule, so I think we should be fine. With that, let's take a look at our sports and schedules here. And see, boom, not opening the college football season, almost coming opening. We're playing on Thursday when the games start. Hosting Texas State. We'll obviously get more of the game later, but yeah, it's our first future game. You see some future games, but let's take a look at our game of the week. Here's the top 25 games. So, college game day will be at this LSU TCU game, which is not many good games week 1, to be honest with you. So, honestly, Kickoff Classic's the best game. I'm just gonna scroll through some top 25 games and just see any potential upsets. But Washington Boise State game and that Purdue Cincinnati game could be good. Florida Toledo, we saw Toledo hanging there in Notre Dame, so in real life, so hey, anything's half possible. This is probably an intriguing game too. Georgia and Ole Miss. What can Lane Kiffin's throw up there to try to knock off 5th-ranked Georgia? Ohio State, Buffalo. It's probably gonna be a blowout. Miami, Florida, probably gonna be a blowout. Utah State should probably be a blowout. USCY should be a blowout. Indiana, FCS, and then we got 2 games. Okay. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get ready. Actually, let's just show you this formation styles that we have. Just to show y'all, so every formation is the same except when we go to this. That's when Mario Marshall comes in for this place. Alright, yeah. So get ready for week number 1, and I will see you there.